A lot of teams have standout moments that define their franchise in multiple ways. Today we're going to be looking at the Chicago Bears and check out the best moments from their franchise. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification to get alerts when we upload. Without further ado, let's jump to number 10. Number 10. 6 touchdowns. You can't put together a highlight reel of NFL history without including a few clips from the San Francisco 49ers versus the Chicago Bears game on December 12, 1965. That was the day Gale Sayers, a rookie out of Kansas, tied an NFL record by scoring 6 touchdowns in a 61-20 victory. The future Hall of Famer could not be stopped as he rushed for 4 touchdowns and caught a pass for another. His last touchdown was a punt return touchdown for 85 yards. Injuries cut Gale Sayers' career short, and many still believe he would have been considered the best running back of all time if he had stayed healthy. Number 9. Drafting Walter Payton. No move in team history did more for the organization than selecting Walter Payton 4th overall in the 1975 NFL Draft. Payton did the majority of his damage during some very lean years for the Bears, but in his 13-year career he went to 9 Pro Bowls, was a 7-time All-Pro, a 2-time NFC Offensive Player of the Year, NFL Man of the Year, Most Valuable Player in 1977, and a member of both the 1970s and 1980s All-Decade Team. Walter Payton, nicknamed Sweetness, ended his career as the NFL's all-time leading rusher, running for 16,726 yards with 110 touchdowns. Additionally, he caught 492 passes for 4,538 yards with 15 rushing touchdowns. Number 8. Bears-Rams. Everyone knew how dominant Chicago's defense was in 1985, but the unit put on a show in the NFC Championship game against the Los Angeles Rams on their way to their first Super Bowl appearance. That afternoon, the defense blanked the Rams offense on the scoreboard and dominated throughout the afternoon. The Rams only gained 130 total yards of offense and turned the football over 3 times. Chicago kept future Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson in check as he rushed for just 46 yards on 17 carries. Linebacker Wilbert Marshall capped the game off with a 52-yard fumble return for a touchdown to send the Bears to New Orleans for the Super Bowl. Number 7. Sid Luckman's historic night. During the 1940s, it wasn't very common to see an NFL quarterback throw the football through the air. Luckman was one of the first true passing quarterbacks in the NFL, and in 1943 he threw an NFL record 7 touchdowns in a game against the New York Giants. He helped lead the Bears to a 56-7 victory that afternoon at the Polo Grounds. Luckman went on to win the Most Valuable Player award that season for his play on the field. He ended the season with 2,194 passing yards and 28 touchdowns. He was a 3-time NFL All-Star, 5-time First-Team All-Pro, led the league in passing yards 3 different years, and was enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1965. He was also the team's quarterback for 4 of their NFL championships during the 1940s. Number 6. 275 yards. Suffering from the flu in late November 1977, Walter Payton cemented his MVP award by rushing for a then NFL record 275 yards against the Minnesota Vikings. Payton was suffering from flu-like symptoms, but that did not keep him from running the ball 40 times. Despite his impressive performance that afternoon, the team only won by a margin of 10-7. That season was just Walter Payton's 4th in the NFL. He rushed for 1,852 yards with 14 touchdowns. He also caught 27 passes for 269 yards with 2 receiving touchdowns. His 275 yards in one game lasted 23 years until Corey Dillon rushed for 278 yards as a member of the Cincinnati Bengals in 2000. Adrian Peterson currently holds the single-game rushing record, running for 296 yards in a game in 2007. Number 5. NFC champs. The Bears had not been to a Super Bowl since 1986, and the 2005 team was one of the best in recent history. On a snowy day at Soldier Field, Chicago kicked off the New Orleans Saints to advance to the Super Bowl. Quarterback Rex Grossman did just enough that evening in Chicago, completing 11 of his 26 passing attempts for 144 yards and 1 touchdown. Running back Thomas Jones was the star of the show for the Bears that day, rushing for 123 yards on 19 carries with 2 touchdowns. Fellow running back Cedric Benson picked up 60 yards on 24 carries with 1 touchdown. Numerous Bears defenders sacked Saints quarterback Drew Brees, while quarterback Nathan Vosher recorded 1 interception. The team ended up falling to the Colts 2 weeks later, but that day at Soldier Field was a special day in Bears history. Number 4. The Refrigerator. William Refrigerator Perry was a man among boys in the NFL. In 1985, he was not getting much work along the defensive line, and head coach Mike Ditka opted to use the 325-pounder as a fullback in goal line sets. He helped open up a few running lanes for Walter Payton before he was handed the football on the goal line for his first career touchdown. What made the score even sweeter was it came against the hated Green Bay Packers. In 9 seasons with the Bears, he ran the ball a total of 8 times for 5 yards with 2 touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns came in his rookie season. He also caught 1 pass for a 4-yard touchdown as a rookie. He capped off his Bears career with 94 starts and 114 appearances on the defensive side of the ball with 28.5 sacks. Number 3. the Super Bowl return. Devin Hester had a spectacular rookie season and capped it off with arguably the best return of his NFL career in the Super Bowl. The Colts opted to kick it to him to start the game, and the rookie out of Miami rumbled his way into the end zone for a 92-yard touchdown, becoming the first player to return the opening kickoff in the Super Bowl for a touchdown. Chicago ultimately went on to lose the game, but Hester's touchdown will live in Super Bowl and Bears history. Hester signed a one-day contract to retire as a member of the Bears. He finished his Bears career with 13 punts returned for touchdowns and 5 kickoffs returned for touchdowns. Additionally, he returned 1 missed field goal for a touchdown and capped off his NFL career with 1 final punt return for a touchdown with the Atlanta Falcons in 2014. Number 2. Walter Payton beats Jim Brown. Known for his relentless running style, Payton's effort was often the only reason to watch the team in the late 70s and early 80s. He bruised his way yard after yard until he reached the infamous record, the 12,312 career rushing yards compiled by Jim Brown. Payton finally eclipsed the mark in an October 1984 game against the New Orleans Saints, taking a toss from the quarterback for a 6-yard gain. The game at Soldier Field was immediately stopped to mark the achievement. Later on, Payton took a phone call from President Ronald Reagan, congratulating him on the NFL record. It was also Payton's 59th game of 100 or more yards, breaking Brown's previous record of 58. Though Emmitt Smith would later eclipse Payton's final mark of 16,726 yards, Payton's record-breaking run remains the best-known moment for the franchise's best-known player. Number 1. Super Bowl 20. 1985 was a magical year for the organization, and the Bears topped it off by winning Super Bowl 20 easily over the New England Patriots. Chicago won the game 46-10 and held the Patriots to just 123 yards of offense on 54 plays. New England picked up just 7 yards on the ground and 116 yards through the air. Refrigerator Perry scored a rushing touchdown in the game, but Payton was limited throughout the contest by a Patriots defense that did everything it could to prevent Payton from beating them. The Bears picked off the Patriots twice and easily walked away with what was the most important victory in team history. Let us know in the comments down below which Chicago Bears moment was your favorite. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more sports content. As always, we'll see you guys next time.